What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review the debut studio album from electro pop singer slash pop singer, alternative R&B singer Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is a 17-year-old um, female singer, little singer from LA. She's 17, from what I understand. And she, for the past month, it is the 29th of April now. This album dropped the 29th of March, I want to say. She has just taken the world by storm. Even before this project dropped, she people had known about it. But now, with this album that's getting some really high critical acclaim, she's even, I don't want to say even on my radar, but she's even made her way to where I listen to the album, still listening to the album, and have reviewed it. Well, I'm about to review it. She is very popular. She, I'm not too familiar with her background. I know she has a brother that she um, uh, is. They create art together, like just music and things like that. They create things together. Um, but I don't know, but so much about her background. But I did just a little bit, so I would be at least a little bit informed about it for the review. And this is, how many tracks was this? I don't even know if I talked about every track on here. I talked about the majority at least. I think it was 14 tracks, and now that I'm looking at this, I might have talked about every track on here. Well, except the intro. Intro was kind of funny though. I think she was just laughing. I want to say she might have been like in the studio with her brother. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this. Track number 2, since the intro pretty much just talked about it. Track number 2 is Bad Guy, which is a very groovy, bass heavy song. She's talking about being the bad guy and how she's kind of being like the stereotypical bad guy, or how this guy is being the stereotypical bad guy. Maybe someone that she knew or who she is dating. The type to make your mom laugh, or make your mom shake her head, make your girlfriend laugh, um, make your friends go like, "Why are you friends with that person?" And it's just a stereotypical bad guy wearing all white shirts, I believe, that are just like skin tight and things like that. I'm pretty sure y'all heard that. It was just a notification. But yeah, next track is track number 3, Zanny. She just talks about how, well, first of all, she's also vegan. She's vegan. I found that out about her, and that she is completely straight edge. She doesn't do any types of drugs or anything. And she talks about how she just does not see the purpose, and how she feels like she's the only sober person she knows. And what is this she said right here? Um, she says that like drugs are nothing but well, they do nothing to her, and which, I mean, she's never done them, so I guess she wouldn't know. But better, like, she feels like she's better off without them. Now they're just unstable, just like she is. That's like the only thing that she has in common with drugs. So why would she take them in the first place? Is pretty much what she's saying. Um, what is this? And what was this? And it's not like, it's not a corny song about being straight edge, and it's not preachy. It's just a really cool straight edge song, or sobriety song. Track number 4, You Should See Me in a Crown. This was a very cool track. I think this was a single to promote this. I think I've seen the music video, and she talks about how she's just gonna run this nothing town and make them about one by one by, and how silence is her favorite sound. Yeah, this was just a good track. It was hard too. Track number 5, All the Good Girls Go to Hell. I actually didn't write any notes about this. It was a good track though. I just didn't really take much away from it, which is a shame because this album was very cohesive and layered, very deep. Track number 6, Wish You Were Gay. This is like noting her frustrations with this guy who has a lack of interest in her, and hoping that him being gay is the reason why that's the case. And then she finds out that he is. That is the case. And I like the numbers theme, because she was like, "Baby, I feel so good. 6 words you never understood. Baby, I don't feel so good. 6 words you never understood. I'll never let you go. 5 words you never say. 4 days never felt so long. 3's a crowd. 2 makes us. 1 slipped away. I was like, dang. And she just wanted to make the person feel okay, and saying that all the person ever did was look the other way, and she really can't tell the person how much that she wishes that she didn't like them, and how she didn't really want to stay. She just kind of wishes that the person was gay. And what was it I also wrote? I kind of jumbled it right here. Oh, and I kind of like how it was. I like how it was the 6th track because she started the track off, or at least the numbers theme, talking about well, starting from 6. So that was cool to see. Track number 7, When the Party's Over. This was a very beautiful track. It's one of my favorites, actually. Very cohesive, considering how the album has gone so far at this halfway point. And she's just distancing herself from the person at this point. Track number 8, Like That. Once again, it was the track title made this cohesive because she's heard that. Why did I say it like that? The 8th track is 8, and I just like that. That's the title for the track because that kind of makes it cohesive as well. She's sticking to that numbers theme a little bit. Well, she's sticking to the numbers theme, and just this being the 8th track and this being titled 8. I want to say it was something deeper to this, but the track being titled 8. But yeah, this track is about her. Like she's hurt that she hurt someone, and she doesn't know how to love this person, or at least that's what it's seeming like. Which is kind of that's funny to hear her say, considering that the other track was just about how she does know how, or tries her best. The other person just is not accepting of it. Um, so yeah, so she's really keeping it in perspective and cohesive. Track number 9, My Strange Addiction. This was something else. She's saying that this boy is her strange addiction, and how she's the powder, he's the fuse, just add some friction. And that was an interesting choice of words because when she said that, I was like, okay, she obviously wants the good friction, but she's ending up getting the bad friction. Like this is the kind of friction, like that negative stuff with the friction. And saying like there's doctors can't explain what her symptoms are and everything, or her pain. What was this? Deadly fever, please don't ever break. Be my reliever because I don't self-medicate. Burns like a gin and I like it. Put your lips on my skin and you might ignite it. Hurts, but I know how to hide it. Kind of like it. That's another thing about this. Not very, but just kind of edgy, which is just what makes her unique. Because it's the first time I'm really seeing a female artist like just be like this. Well, it's not the first time, but it's the first time I'm covering somebody or listening to a female who's like this, that makes music like this. Track number 10, Bury a Friend. This is where it actually is very edgy because what is it? This person or thing, from what it seems, wants something. Like it sticks around, and what is it? It could be a previous lover, but unlike her previous lover, they stick around, and she's just wondering like, what does this thing think or wonder or know about me? And what did she say? It's not. It's not scared. I believe is what she was saying. It's not scared of her, and it cares for her. And today she's thinking about what was it? Things that are deadly. Though, what was it? You know, I'm just drinking you down like I want to drown, like I want to end me. Step on glass, staple your tongue, bury your friend, try to wake up, cannibal class, killing the sun. Like, man, the way I kind of butchered it with the flow, how I was kind of stumbling over words. Kind of makes it sound like not as good as that was, but that was fantastic. Um, what was this other part right here? Hey, just very very cohesive. And she said like comes up and we fall asleep. Where do we go? And she also tweeted. She also quote this quote right here: "Keep you in the dark. What did you expected? Me to make you my art, make you a star, get you connected. But we knew right from the start that you'd fall apart because I'm too expensive." And it just seemed like the debt that she owes. She has to sell her soul. Now she can't say no to the or she just can't say no. And what was this? The limits in the for his eyes was like wanting to be so close. What was this exactly? Yeah, frozen eyes, um, moving closer, and how she's saying like she shouldn't say this, but she thought she'd be dead by now. Wow. And she what was this? She call security, keep my head down, bury the hatchet, or bury a friend now. Mmm, just an edgy track, but not that dark or anything. Just edgy, kind of chilling though with these kind of with the title and then the lyrics. Now she delivered them so matter of factly, or just like in a numb way that she did it. Track number 11. Okay, I hope I'm saying this right. Ilo Milo, Ilo Milo. Very sweet, easygoing, dancey kind of beat. Um, she just talks about being worried, how she wants the person to stay with her, and how the person won't find a love that's like her, like theirs, and how she doesn't want to be lonely and she can't lose another life. Yeah, that made me think about something. And just saying the words a little blurry, but maybe it's just her eyes and the friends that she's had to bury, keep her up at night. But this person rescued her. And when she talked about her friends that she's had to bury, um, of course she has friends that are outside of music, I'm sure. Maybe people that she grew up with or that she's grown to know. But when she talks about friends that she's seen pass and that she's had to bury, I couldn't help but think about Lil Peep and XXXTentacion. I was like it gave me chills listening to that. I was like, oh, jeez. And who knows if she's talking about them? Maybe she's not, but I just couldn't help but thinking about them. I was like, dang, that sucks. Like that just sucks, especially if that's really what, um, especially if that's a part of what she was saying. If that's what that stems from, or at least part of it. The next track is "Listen Before I Go." Man, this was depressing. This was just God Almighty. She was saying like, "Listen, hurry up and listen to me before I just kill myself." Um, it's so weird how this track was beautiful, but it was so depressing. Which that's not to say something depressing can't be beautiful, but man, I just um. She said, "Take me to the roof. I want to see the world before I stop breathing. Turning blue. Sorry, can't save me now. Don't know what will. And there's only one way but down." Saying that she was scattered and how she was not okay. And she said, "Just leave me like you do. And tell my friends I love them and that I'll miss them too." I was like, this was just, this is like cinematic. I could picture this whole scenario with these lyrics just happening in my head. And I was like, wow. I just visioned like her turning blue, but also her being on top of the roof. How the world is kind of like dark blue, but the sun is setting in the background, but it has this tinge, and it's like, wow! I just envisioned something. Listen to that track. Okay, the 13th track, which I believe featured vocals from her brother Phineas, is "I Love You." I like the acoustic here. What was she saying? "It's not true. I've been lied to. To whom you said I love you. What the hell did I do? Crying isn't for me. Never let people see through me. Love you, but you don't want to. Wish we never started. Like wishing the relationship never started in the first place." Um, it's very peaceful, beautiful build-ups in this track as well. And she was just saying like, "Nothing can stop me from loving you. I smiled that you gave me when you felt like dying. I was like, God dang. My goodness. And the last track, which is fitting, it's Goodbye, which features lyrics from like each track that's featured on this album, which is a very creative and interesting outro. And like all the tracks, it's like they're all being said backwards though. It made me want to listen to the album backwards, and I did, and it actually kind of sounded better backwards actually. But let me talk about this album for a second as far as like a summarization. This album was it was edgy, it was cohesive, it talked about her frustrations, her lifestyle, and I like how she didn't like talk about being hurt and then she uh, said drugs weren't the answer. She said drugs weren't the answer and then gave her reasons or potential reasons why she could do drugs and why it would be justified, or some people would say it's justified or it would be justifiable to her. I think that was cool. And yeah, like, and the problems that just won't go away if she did the drugs. She would fly away, but the problems wouldn't. And the last thing that I wrote about this is a summarization was that I also like how she didn't um like air out her pain and then be on some flex shit for the end of the album. Like start off being hurt, but then end the album like I'm over it, which would be ideal for most people. I'm sure you get hurt, but then you're on some flex shit and everything's cool. Um, but in a more realistic situation and relatable, I'm sure for a lot of people, she was flexing like, oh, I don't need them in the first place. They'll regret it, and then she's it's obvious that she's still hurt and not over it. So that's how the album went. She could have easily just been like, let me flex. Oh, I'm still hurt, but now I'm back to flexing. Or been like, I'm hurt, I'm flexing, but I'm still hurt. The result that we got, which was her being on some flex shit in the beginning, but then you talk about sobriety too, her lifestyle, being on some flex shit a little bit, but at the end, showcasing that she's still really hurt, which is probably relatable to a lot of people who listen to the project. So I think that was cool, and I think it was creative, and I think this whole project was just great. Um, if you've heard it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and what you think about my review on it. If you haven't heard this project, I definitely recommend that you check it out. And I would give this a project a 7.5 to a 7.75 out of 10. Yeah, definitely check the description. I'll leave it in the link. I'll leave a link in the description if you have not heard it, so you can check it out. And then come back and let me know what you think about it and my review. And that's pretty much it. Hit the like button if you like this review. Share the review. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and like the content that you see. Check the description also for my social media links and everything. It's all down there. And that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time.